Hi everyone, it's Karen here. Welcome. It's day 23 in our 24 days of tags. And here I've got something very traditional for you. The beautiful poinsettia. So I've done him in reds and in blues. The one I'm going to be demoing for you today is the red one. But the blue one is just the same. I've done this with silver embossing. This one's gold. And the blues that I'm going to be using here, Tumbled Glass and Blueprint Sketch. And then it's the same greens. And then I just put a bit of bling on that. Now for this one, these are the reds, Lumber Plaid Jack, no, even Lumberjack Plaid. And Festive Berries. And then the greens that I'm going to be using are Peeled Paint and Rustic Wilderness. Now, and then I created some splatters in the background. This is gold embossing, and I'll show you that in a second. But if you didn't have the exact same reds, my goodness, the opportunities are endless. You could go picked raspberry, barn door, fired brick, candied apple, or abandoned coral. All of those together, well, not all on the same tag, but any of those together will give you a really nice blend. And in terms of the greens, the opportunities are even more. Mowed Lawn, which we've used quite a lot during this series because I love it. Great Christmas green. Twisted Citron. We've got Lucky Clover. That's a really bright, vibrant green. Pine Needles, that's a bit darker. Bundle Sage. Crushed Olive. Evergreen Bough. Cracked Pistachio would also give you a lovely contrast. So any of those greens, if you don't have the ones that I'm going to be using. What you do want is you want something a bit lighter and then something darker. That's going to give you the contrast in the leaves there. Can you see there's a bit of light green and dark green? I've used the dark green for the splatters. And the same with the reds, a bit of a lighter red and then something a bit darker. On the blues, again, you can see there's 2 tones of greens in there and 2 tones of blues. So we're going to get started. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to emboss. This one I have layered, so it's got 3 layers on it. This one I didn't, I just did a single layer. So either or. If you're going to do the 3 layers, naturally you need to do 3 poinsettias and then cut the top 2 out. So that's the one I'm going to show you. So I've got my tag in my stamp press. Oh, let me just check. Sorry, I don't even think I told you where they came from. The poinsettia from Sweet Poppy Stencils, that's on that set. And then the robin from Sweet Poppy Stencils, I used the Peace on Earth. Because the poinsettia takes up most of the page, these sentiments were a bit big to fit on my little tag, but the Peace on Earth in here was just perfect. So, embossing, bossing pad. Just make sure I do my Peace on Earth there. Over we go. And then I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Gold Rich Wow embossing powder. And the silver one would be the metallic silver. So as I say, if you're going to do the gold one, I did 3 layers. That's it. Lovely. I'm just going to give it a flick there. Lovely, lovely. And then, as I say, you do it 3 times because we're going to cut out the leaves here. Now, I've actually done one already for you. Here we go. I've just embossed it with the heat gun. And for colouring, as I said, the 4 colours that I'm going to be using here, my desk, just for a change, is a bit of a mess. Never mind. We will tidy it up real soon now. So I'm going to pop a bit of ink on my mat in both colours. Tiny bit of water, spritz it. And I'm going to pick up my paintbrush. Now, you'll see here, lighter, darker, and a bit of white space. You could do this on watercolour paper. That would work just as well. Look, see? Just really roughly. I'm only going to do a couple at a time. Then my water. I'm going with my darker. I probably don't even need to change my concentrating. I don't even need to wash my brush off because I'm just going between the greens. So look, you can see there how you've got a lovely, lovely contrast in that leaf. And you can see there was no science behind where I put the colour or how that went down. All you want is a contrast. Now this is super therapeutic. I could literally sit and do this for ages because the embossing lines give somewhere for the ink to run to. So you don't have to worry about going out the lines. Look at that. Look at how it runs. I just love it. So we're going to do this with the green, and then we're going to do it with the two reds. You can see I've left some white spaces. You can see how random that was. I just added a bit of water to create some even lighter patches. And then I did it on a second and a third one because we're just going to layer this to create a kind of depth to the tag. And we're going to pop it all together. So that's lovely and dry. I just love those leaves, actually. They're better than my original. Woohoo! And I've just put double-sided sticky fixers. I use these ones because I can cut them into smaller pieces. And I'm just going to lay this on top of the original and the top one again. Like that. Oh, where does that one go? No, it doesn't go like that. Yes, you want to make sure that, oh no, it's fine, it can go. Which way can it go? There, I'm going to pop it like that. Oh yes, like that. Lovely. And then I am just going to cut the edge off this one here. Lovely, look at that. Last thing that's left to do, well, there's two things left. I'm going to put some green splatters on it. And because I don't want the splatters to go all over my poinsettia, I'm just going to create a bit of a mask, but it doesn't need to be too detailed. So I'm going to take a piece of paper. Yes, that will do. Just like that. Now I'm going to take one of my darkest greens, so Rustic Wilderness would be a good one. Like that. You need a good amount of water in it to make it flow. Yep. And I'm just going to splatter that over my tag. And then the last thing is, I have to tell you some very exciting news. My daughter Sophie, who edits all these videos and cuts out the bloopers, cuts out the swearing, cuts out when I drop things. And last night she's in lighting, and she lit Cabaret, the musical, on the West End. I am so proud of her. She is 23 years old. Isn't that an amazing achievement? Anyway, thank you, Sophie. Well done. And thank you, Sophie, for editing all these videos for this entire series. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this very traditional tag today. And we'll be back again tomorrow for the final day in our series. Bye for now.